Hello and welcome to the Vibe of the 0 and 5 podcast. I'm Cam.
And I'm Emily. And today we're going to be reviewing the two most recent Syracuse basketball games. So, first, starting with the Syracuse versus Cornell game, Syracuse won that game with a final score of 78 to 63. The player of the game was Joe Girard. He had 19 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and played a total of 36 minutes.
Yeah, good game from Joe. All around the team had a pretty good game though. Like Joe had 19, but it wasn't really he was like the leading scorer obviously, but it wasn't really like too far off of the other guys. So
Mm-hmm.
Judah Mintz, 14 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, 3 steals. So he played really well. He's been playing very well this whole
Yeah.
year. Jesse Edwards, 11 points, 12 rebounds, 5 blocks, 26 minutes. So another double-double for Jesse. So great work. Benny Williams, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in 36 minutes. So solid game from Benny. And Chris Bell, you won't believe it. 13 points, 5 rebounds. He got 5 rebounds. I'm shocked. 1 assist in 28 minutes. So literally the best game of the year for Bell so far.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty good game for most of the players, honestly. So, I'm glad they won that one.
Yep. All right. Now we're recapping Tuesday's game versus Pitt. So they ended up losing by 2. Final score 84-82, unfortunately. Player of the game of this game was Judah Mintz. He played phenomenal. 24 points, which ties his career high. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 steals in 34 minutes. So great work by Judah this game.
Yeah. Joe Girard had a pretty good game. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and he played 33 minutes. Seemed like he struggled a little bit in the first half. I think he only scored 3 points, but he really turned it up the second half and he was shooting some good shots. Quadir Copeland played a bit in that game. He ended up having 10 points, which is his career high because he hasn't really had much playing time. But he ended up getting 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and he played 13 minutes. Honestly, 10 points in 13 minutes, that's really good.
I liked what
Jesse
I saw from
Edwards,
him.
yeah, me too. Jesse Edwards, all right game for him. 8 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and he ended up fouling out, which was unfortunate. He played 33 minutes. Then another player we saw play was Malik Brown. He had 6 points, 9 rebounds, which is great, 3 assists, 1 block, 1 steal, and he played 27 minutes.
Yeah, I've really liked what I've seen from Malik recently.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't score the ball, he doesn't need to, but he's good out there. I mean, he's good next to Jesse. He's physical. He can grab boards. If he needs to put it in the basket, he can. I really like what I see from him. Boeheim
Mm-hmm.
says he's not completely ready yet, and I see that. He's still a freshman. He's still got things to learn and develop. But in the future, Malik Brown's going to be something you got to watch out for with
Mm-hmm.
us.
He has great potential.
Playing very well recently as a freshman. This is a dreaded topic, but nothing new. There's nothing new with our forwards. Boeheim continues to say, we don't want our forwards don't show any effort, and it's literally so
It's
obvious.
clear.
Benny Williams played terrible this game, to say the least. He had 3 points. That was his only stat. So no rebounds, no assists, nothing.
It's
So
terrible.
quite ridiculous. 1 for 5 from field goals. So he made 1 shot out of 5. So terrible. He played 13 minutes. So you're seeing guys like Malik Brown playing 27 minutes and he's coming off the bench, and Benny's playing 13 and he's a starter, and Quadir Copeland's playing 13 off the bench and he's getting 10 points, and Benny has 3. Like, I don't understand what's the issue. Like, if he doesn't want to play so bad, literally don't leave. Change your situation if it's that much of a big deal. Like, if you're
True.
having that hard, oh my gosh, it's just so frustrating. If you're having that much of a difficult time, literally leave. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's only gonna
Let
benefit
other
our
people
team.
play. They show they want
Exactly.
to play and they show they can play.
Exactly. And then Chris Bell, he showed a flash in the Cornell game, but this game was terrible for him too. Four
One of
points,
his
one rebound,
worst.
so 1 rebound, whoop de doo. He shot 2 for 7 from the field. Again, awful. And 0 for 5 from 3 point range. So why are you shooting threes if you're 0 for 5? Like, why do you keep shooting? That makes no
Great
sense to me.
question.
And he also played 13 minutes. So really our starting forwards are what's costing us games. And
Yeah,
our bench players have to step up, and Jesse has to step up and rebound for these guys. And it's not working, obviously, like that. They should be able to
exactly.
hold their own, but they can't. So that's literally what's losing us games.
Exactly. They need to contribute and play their part, but most
Exactly.
games they don't. And in this game, it seemed like Jesse, he's kind of becoming a little bit predictable. So a lot of times the other teams will know what to expect from him. So he'll end up getting double teamed because they know, he can score. And a lot of times someone will just pass it to Jesse so he can get a dunk or a quick layup. That's why he hasn't had the best games recently. And it most likely will get worse as we start playing better teams because the next upcoming, like, 5, 7 games, we play some really good teams. So I think we're going to
Yeah.
struggle even more, unfortunately.
Yeah, we have a couple of more easy games. We have Boston College, which that's not a gimme game. They're 6-6. Like they're a decent team. We should be able to beat them though. And then we play Louisville, which Louisville's a bad team. If we don't beat them, there's something wrong with us. But then we get into the Virginias, the Virginia Techs, the Dukes, the teams like that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really bad, I think. I mean, we're seeing it already. We just played Pitt, and we're seeing it already when Jesse's getting doubled, and he doesn't know what to do. Like, it's really going to struggle. It's going to make us struggle. And like that, they're all over Joe all the time, so it forces Judah to do something. I mean, he does something when he needs to, but our two best guys debatably are getting like, oh my gosh, just like all people are all over them. It's going to be difficult
Like,
for us to
mm-hmm.
score and win games when that happens.
Yep.
All right, diving deeper into the Chris Bell situation. As we said before, terrible performance this game. The Cornell performance was one step forward, but this game was about 1,000 steps back, as he only got one rebound. And I mean, the shooting is just god awful. Like
Yeah.
like I said, this might be his worst performance yet. Like 0 for 5 from three is literally so unacceptable. I'm glad he didn't play more than he did because he shouldn't be playing when he's 0 for 5 from three. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. So this Cornell game, we had some different lineups we saw. One that was really good was Judah, Joe, Quadier, Malik, and Jesse. It worked really well in this game. So we saw this in the second half, and that's when they kind of had their comeback like that. If the starting five could change like that, Malik's been good, Quadier, we haven't seen too much from him, but what we've seen's been promising like that. There could be a change, and that could really help the team.
Exactly. Quadier had a good game, and Boeheim said in his post-game interview that he liked what he saw from him, and he's a scrappy type of player out there. Like he's what we need. Like he's not afraid to rebound the ball or block the ball, and he's only what 6. He's between 6'4" and 6'6", so he's not even that tall.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was glad to see him out there. I mean, I was kind of worried when he got put in the beginning, but he proved himself. So I was
Mm-hmm.
happy to see him out there. He wasn't afraid to get himself involved. He was getting rebounds. He blocked a couple shots, and he wasn't afraid to rebound the ball. Like I said, like some of his other teammates, Chris Bell. And then like that, if Benny or Chris were out there, we probably would have lost by 25 to Pitt. Like it's crazy that literally our bench is having to carry us more than our starting two forwards.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And also, ever since the Monmouth game, we haven't seen too much of John Bolajok play. He played 15 minutes against Monmouth, and Boeheim said in that post-game interview that he wasn't very good in that game. So he played 2 minutes in the Cornell, and we saw no action with him against Pitt. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, Boeheim's like
And
kind of going away from what he was doing in the beginning of the year. He would play Bull and Justin Taylor off the bench, but now it looks like Malik Brown is his sixth man, like right off the bench. Malik Brown's getting the
mhm.
big minutes now.
So another thing is the refs. As usual, the refs were against Syracuse in that game, and they were clearly favoring Pitt more. There's multiple times where Syracuse players were fouled and it wasn't called, or a foul was called against Syracuse when in our opinion, wasn't actually a foul.
Exactly, and the Dome agreed with us. Like I was watching it on TV, and the Dome agreed with us because you could hear the boos all over. But one player in particular, it was a loose ball, and a Pitt player and Joe dove for it, and it was called a foul, and it literally was not a foul whatsoever. It was a loose ball, and Joe was literally diving to get the ball. So it was ridiculous. I mean, it should not have been a foul, and that caused Pitt to get free throws. And you could have said that call literally lost us the game because that gave Pitt 2 free throws. So really, the foul trouble caused by the refs being terrible literally lost us the game.
Yeah, and like that last play where Syracuse had a few seconds and Judah had the ball, and since time was running out, he ended up just shooting a three. But there was obvious a foul. I mean, he like shot it, and I think he like fell forward, obviously fouled. And like that, if that was called and we got free throws from that, then that really could have won us the game. But unfortunately, the refs never called it.
Exactly. At least tied the game, even if he even if he missed one of the free throws. But like that obvious call. I mean, Judah's getting hacked. He's been getting hacked all year. Literally nothing different whatsoever. And the refs just choose not to call it, which is classic Syracuse referee, classic behavior.
Yeah.
All right, talking about 3-point shots. Our 3-point shooting is not good this year. Like that, usually Syracuse is a good 3-point shooting team, in the past. Like last year, Buddy was a good 3-point shooter. Cole Schweider, good 3-point shooter. But this year, they're very, very iffy. Like that, Judah and Jesse thrive in the arc, inside the arc, in the painted area. Joe is really the only big scorer out of the big three that can really shoot when he wants to. He can shoot the lights out.
Right. In the Cornell game, they made 41% of threes, which really isn't that bad. But in this game against Pitt, they only made 25%. So it definitely went down and it was not good. And to put in perspective, Judah has been 19% of threes this year, which isn't that good. And like that, instead of threes, they need to be looking for better shots and shooting more twos because they obviously can't make threes.
Exactly. I mean, literally, if we didn't go 6 for 24 against Pitt, we missed 22 threes. If we didn't miss 22 threes against Pittsburgh, we would have won. Like that. Our theory is that if they keep missing, why do we keep going for threes? Look for a two. Look for a dunk. Something different than a 3-pointer. It's upsetting to just walk down the court, shoot a three, miss, and then Pitt has an easy basket on the other end. It's really ridiculous.
Yeah. Another thing is free throws. I mean, against Pitt, they were 16 and 25, so only 64% with free throws. Like that, if they made those, they could have won the game, but I mean, they're missing them. And like that, Judah misses one here and there, but you shouldn't leave the free throw line with nothing from it. It's crazy.
Exactly like that. If Judah has 12 shots, I don't expect him to make all 12. He can make 8 or 10, and like I'm still satisfied with that. But like that, people are going there and missing 2 in a row, or it'll be an and one and they miss it. It's just ridiculous like that. The name of the shot is literally a free throw. Free is the first word, so it should be a free basket. I mean, they're a Division I college basketball player. They should be able to make a free throw. Specifically speaking about Malik Brown, he was 0 for 2. Symir Torrance was 0 for 2, and Jesse Edwards missed one. Truly unacceptable behavior, especially from Symir. I mean, traditionally, bigs aren't really well from the charity stripe. Jesse and Malik, like usually bigs aren't that good from free throws, but Symir has no excuse. He's a guard. He should be making – it should be 2 guaranteed points, and it wasn't, and what do you know? We lost by 2 points like that. If we made our free throws, we could have literally won the game.
Exactly. So, like that, moral of the story, it's the same old stuff in the Syracuse basketball world. Same stuff they need to work on. Yeah.
Same frustrating team to watch, and Chris Bell and Benny Williams will continue to be non-existent on this team, and the rest will always be against us, like how it always is. I mean, we've said it how many times, like probably 10 times on this podcast already, and this is like our 11th episode. Jim, change your starting lineup. I'm sick. I am sick and tired of saying it. Chris Bell literally makes me want to rip my hair out. He is so frustrating to watch. Like that. Put in Malik. You have seen that he has done well against everybody that he has played when he had minutes. You don't need to play Chris. You don't need to start him. Sit him on the bench, yell at him a little bit, and teach him a lesson. Say, if you're going to play terrible, I'm not going to play you. And you need to yell at him because that is what it's going to work. And then he's going to play better. And then we'll see, okay, this is a 4-star recruit that we wanted, and this is the 4-star recruit that we're getting. So discipline your guys and do better.
Mm-hmm. So next game, Syracuse takes on, we host Boston College on the 31st at the Dome, and the Eagles are currently 6-6. So if we don't beat them, then we really have a problem. So
I really hope that, oh my gosh, they better beat Boston College. And then after that, we play Louisville. So hopefully 2 wins going in, and then we play Virginia, which is very, very, very scary.
yeah.
So hopefully we can squeeze out a couple more wins before, we face the tough teams, which is going to be a nightmare to play. All right, well, other than that, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. We'll have our weekly episode going up on Christmas Eve, so be on the lookout for that. We'll have a couple of special segments, Christmas related, so yeah, that'll be fun. Emal, do you have anything to add to the outro?
I think you've covered it all.
Yeah, other than that, follow us on social media, comment, all the normal stuff, comment, like, subscribe, share, email us.
Yeah.
We're out.